It's kind of my thing, you know. This is my Squeeze the Day book. This is where I jot down all my side hustles and where I keep record of everything. So get yourself a book like this because, girlfriend, you are about to start a side hustle. Having said that, hi guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Gaethiwe Sisi Kapehi. I am a Namibian YouTuber and content creator, and I'm absolutely passionate about finances. So we're gonna go ahead and start our video series. Guys, I don't want to keep you guys waiting any longer because the year is about to go and the time is now to make an impact in your finances. All things side hustles. Are you guys ready? Because we are about to get paid. Let's get right into the video. I will be using Mickey's phone because I sent her this because I'm using my phone to record. Just in case I'm looking down at the notes over here. All right, I'm going to start off with a few side hustle ideas that are applicable to us Namibians, right? Because on YouTube, there's so many different content creators, but sometimes it's not really applicable to us Africans. So I'm going to start off with side hustles that I know can and have worked in Africa. So I'm just going to go ahead and list a few, elaborate on a few, but some are really self-explanatory. I don't want this video to be too long, so I'm just going to get right into the examples before I give tips. So wait till the end of this video for a few tips regarding starting your side hustle. And one thing about these side hustles is that you have to use what you have in your hands. Not all side hustles require finances or capital. Some of these side hustles just require you to get up and go ahead and work. So when deciding on a side hustle, you have to choose either, are you going to sell goods or are you going to provide a service? So the first side hustle is housekeeping or gardening, right? So basically, if you're a student or you're just having a 9 to 5 or you don't have any work at all, you can start off by cleaning people's homes. You can start a cleaning company. You can start small. Gardening, if you're a guy, I think that is good. Or women, if you have a green thumb. And many people really do want gardens in their courtyards and stuff. So that would be a good side hustle. I would definitely pay for that. The next one is babysitting. Uber services, I think transportation services are such an easy side hustle. In Namibia, we've got Yango or InDriver. You can just go ahead and start with that if you have a car, or sometimes you can even rent someone's car and use that, so work for someone. Another one could be consultations. So consultations is a big one, especially if you have a qualification, you have an honors degree or whatever profession you're in. You can use that and give tutoring services. You can give financial services. You can be a fitness consultant, styling, interior decorating. You can start a travel agency, graphic designing, interview preparation. You can start helping individuals with their CVs as well. So these are a few consulting side hustles. So if you have a little capital and you're willing to invest in your side hustle, you can buy some equipment, and for example, you can start a YouTube channel just by having a phone and a microphone, or just a phone at this point. I'm just using my phone. My podcast mics are still coming, but it is not going to stop me from filming the sit down videos. And yeah, so you can do photography, for example, maybe just to make it more relatable. There was a season in my life where I was a graduate, but I didn't have a job, but I still had rent and stuff, and I still had some bills, right? Especially rent. That time I didn't have a son or anything, but I had rent to pay. So what I needed to do, or what I did, was I started a baking business called Pretty Baked. So I would bake cupcakes, baby shower cakes, bridal shower cake, stuff like that, and I would sell them. And I would just calculate. So for example, if I need to have $10,000, or if I needed $5,000, I would divide that by how many cakes or cupcakes I would need to sell. I would set myself a target, and I went ahead and smashed it. So most of these things can be taught on YouTube. You can teach yourself how to become a photographer. You can teach yourself how to bake. You can improve on yourself. So take some courses if you want to learn how to do nails, go for a nail course, go for a lash course, stuff like that. It's important to invest in yourself, or alternatively, if you want to learn a new skill, you can shadow someone that's already currently doing, because not everybody gatekeeps what they do, right? So you can find a mentor and just learn a skill. But I think it's important to also take initiative and learn something, so that when you come to someone, you already have something, and and it shows that you are enthusiastic about it. If you have a little income to spare, you can also go into real estate like I did. Basically just do a course, a class, and then go and actually study and start practicing real estate, especially if you have a car, because most of the time you have to do viewings on weekends. Another side hustle idea is errand running. You can do shopping and help take people's cars for car washes, especially people who are very busy, and you are a trusted individual. You can actually go ahead and start services where you can run errands for people. I think that would be a good one. If you are on the creative side and you do your own hair, your own nails, your own makeup, you can also go ahead and move into the beauty industry. If you're good with your hands, you can start a spa. You can start small, right? Just doing full body massages. You can do a little course. Guys, remember, you have to invest in yourself. What you invest, you're able to give even excellent service, right? Another simple one is also selling goods, right? So you can choose an item and you can start selling. I remember before I started selling mirrors, I used to sell earpods, and with the profit I then started my mirror business. So you can start small. What you start off with might not necessarily be what you will end up doing, so you can be open to just starting small and growing your business as you go. Examples of items that you can sell are also clothes. I know people sell hair, people sell perfume, so the list is really endless. The idea of a service that you can provide is meal preps, healthy meal preps especially, or Friday bride plates could also work, especially if you have a 9 to 5 and you can't do it on a full-time basis. You can definitely do the side hustle of every end of the month you do bride plate. If you don't have time, you can always outsource some of these things, but I think those Friday end of the month bride plates, they slap. So I think that is a good idea, especially if you're a good cook and you make a mean salad. You can definitely go ahead and try that out. So the last 4 ones are a cash loan business. With a cash loan business, you can start small. You can start off with $1,000, $2,000, $5,000 and grow your business. Obviously, you need to register it just to protect yourself. Another one can be farming. You can go with livestock. You can start with chicken farming. You can sell eggs. There's so many things, especially if you have a piece of land or if your family owns land. You can sell meat. You know, farming, it's just so vast, and you can make so much money, especially with cattle. So the 2 last ones are really close to my heart. The first one is the Airbnb. You can start an Airbnb, especially if you own property, or you can actually own property and not live in it and to convert it into an Airbnb. The Airbnb market is really starting to thrive in Africa, so you can also check that out. The final one is coaching. You can become a life coach. You've been married for many years, or you just are good when it comes to marriage. You can coach people who want to get married, couples who are already married. You can do a course as well online. South Africa offers a lot of courses. You can invest in that and go into life coaching. You can coach people on finances. You can coach people on almost anything. Whatever expertise you have, you can use that and actually coach people. Now that we have given examples of side hustles, I hope your creative juices are now flowing and that you already kind of identified something that you're able to do. Some of these side hustles are passive, meaning you don't have to actually be there all the time physically. Others, you have to be more hands-on, especially if you have a little bit more time on your hands. So you can choose exactly what it is that you need. I really believe that just having one source of income is just not where it's at. You can actually survive on one stream of income, but if you want to build wealth, right? If you want to be aggressive with savings, or if you have debt, right, and you want to just tackle that, a side hustle will definitely set you years ahead of just having a normal 9 to 5 job. One thing that I always tell people regarding side hustles is be creative and be enthusiastic. Nobody's gonna buy your coats that you're selling when you're selling with a weird attitude. Just like, yeah, just take anything. Like, of course, people will buy if your items are good, but I think people want to buy from people who are enthusiastic, people who have a spirit of excellence, right? So that is very, very important. So another tip is that you have to know that there is enough room for everyone. Doesn't mean if Cece has a business of selling hair that you cannot go into that business. I think what is important is you do your own research, you find out where you can get hair stock or whatever, and then start your business, because there are so many people in Windhoek or in Africa that you can target, right? So it doesn't mean if your friend is doing something that you cannot do it. It's not copying. There's room, and you provide a specific. Each person brings something to the table, right? There's a different energy, there's a different audience, a different target audience that you can reach that, for example, I cannot reach. So never feel like I cannot start this idea because someone else is already doing it. Just start your business. Don't let fear paralyze you, right? Another thing that I also want to say is really ask God to help you when it comes to business. Most of the things are birthed in the spirit, so just take time to pray, fast over it, and just find out what the will of God is for your life, right? And go ahead and just start that side hustle. You don't have to wait. You don't have to be living in fear. Sometimes the only thing that cripples us is that fear of just going ahead and just stepping out of your comfort zone. So for you to have that boldness, you sometimes need to get it from, you definitely need to get that little push from the Holy Ghost, a little bit of fire, just to be able to go out there and go ahead and start your business. But everything is birthed in the spirit. Pray over your business. Cover your business with the blood of Jesus. Pray over it. Know that no weapon fashioned against it will prosper, because some people are not happy when you're starting businesses. But you know what? You have the protection of God, so you just have to go ahead and just do what you need to do. A very, very, very important tip when it comes to side hustle is reinvest in your business. So once you make your first, let's say $1,000 in your business, don't like, whoa, I just made $1,000, I'm going shopping. Do not do that, guys. Reinvest in your business. Sometimes what you receive is a seed. Now if you eat your seed, where's the fruit going to come from next month? So what you need to do for a while, you might need to pour into your business even for 2, 3, 4, a year even, before you can reap the harvest. So it's so important to reinvest in your business. Do not eat your seed. Put the seed in the ground. Let it die in the ground. Water that seed. Let it grow and become a successful business. Another tip that I can share with you is the importance of being consistent in your business. You won't always feel like getting up and selling whatever it is you're selling. You won't always feel like providing that service, but consistency has always proven to be key. So really try to sit down and have a little meeting with yourself about consistency and the importance of being consistent. The final thing that I'd like to share is that it's okay to fail. Not the first business that you start might not be the business that will thrive and become a huge success. You might start off in the beauty industry and end up as a life coach, for example. So be flexible, be open, try something, give it a good go. Don't just say, okay, I failed because of the first hurdle. In business, you will fail. In business, you will make mistakes, but you have to keep on running. You need to keep on pushing yourself. And if something doesn't work, it's okay to say, you know what, I really gave it 110%, and this is just not for me, and on to the next thing, because you will find something that is meant for you. You will find your purpose when it comes to business. In conclusion, I'm going to share a few things to consider when starting a side hustle, right? So what to consider is, number one, you need a clear and concise plan. You need to know exactly what is it you're going to do, how are you going to do it, who are you going to do it with. The who is very important, because sometimes you start a business with a friend and then the friendship ends up being sour because you guys are just not connecting. So sometimes starting this with a friend is not always the best idea, but sometimes it can work. So be open-minded, but use discernment. Also be wise. Don't just start a business because this person has money. Discern to see, is this person in for the long run? Is this person in with the right motives? So choosing who you're going to start a business with is very important. Most of the time I choose to do it on my own, I think, because I'm very I have I have a way of doing things. I'm very like ordered, and I think if I'm working with someone, I might like overpower them. I don't know, but I am open, obviously, to collaborating and working with people. But just know your personality type. Know that you need to be, if you're gonna run with someone, I'm gonna need someone who is really as like radical when it comes to reinvesting in the business. Because now imagine you invest with Jack, right? But now Jack doesn't want to like do a thing. It's just you running around, and then it's a whole argument. And so just discern, use wisdom who you're going to start off with. Sometimes it's also just okay to have investors. These are not people who are going to be there on the day to day, but they're investing in your business and they just reap the rewards, right? Two last things before I end off the video, right? Number one, don't rush to get your business registered, right? It's so important to not just, okay, now I have a business, I need to quickly go and register the girl, calm down. Maybe what you need to do is just take a minute and think about, okay, I have this business, let it run for 6 months. Before I know that, okay, this is actually for me, I am passionate about this, it's actually producing results, producing good fruit. Now I'm ready to invest. Or after a year, okay, now I'm ready to register the business. And when choosing a name, obviously be wise, do your research. Don't just rush in and just say Cece's Bakery, like bruh. Like, put some thought in, use your mondos, put some thought in it, right? And also the marketing strategy is the last step. Marketing strategy is extremely important. I'm passionate about marketing strategies because I don't know if it's because I studied marketing, that is what I'm passionate about. How will people know about your business unless you tell them, or unless someone tells them about your business? So it's very, very important, guys, to have a marketing plan. How are you going to advertise? Are you going to use influencers? Are you gonna actually post? How often are you gonna post? You have to think about the business colors. You need to think about the brand. You need to think about the aesthetics of the business. How are you gonna run it? So basically, how you're gonna be out there really matters. Of course, it doesn't have to be perfect. You don't have to hire a graphic designer initially. You can use Canva. Try to minimize the cost, especially when the business is small. And maybe when you see, okay, the business is now growing, I'm able to get a graphic designer to actually produce like proper content for me, or whatever it is. So just use wisdom on that, but please make sure that you are visible, that you're on Instagram, or open a page, open a Facebook page, share with your friends, share with your family, ask them to support you, because sometimes people support you not because they really want the item, but because they just love you and they want to see a Black business thriving. So yes, so I think I really said a lot. I hope that you got 1 or 2 nuggets. If you've made it all the way to the end, please put a money emoji in the comment section down below if you are ready to start a side hustle, or if you just enjoyed this video and you thought it was informative. I'm so glad I got to share a few tips. I can talk about this the whole day, but I think it's important to keep these videos short so that it can be engaging and that I don't lose your attention, right? We've come to the end of this video. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please do give it a big thumbs up because it makes a huge difference. Don't forget to comment, don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already subscribed. I'm so excited about next week because next week we are gonna drop episode 2 of our financial series, and I'm about to tell you what it is, but I want to keep you guys in suspense. I want to keep you guys on your toes. So yeah, keep an eye out, keep an ear out for episode 2. The vlogs will be coming in here and there, so it's not going to be all like, yo, Cece's not all serious. The vlogs will be coming in, but for now, let us just try to focus and try to get our finances right. Thank you guys so much for watching. I will definitely see you guys in the next episode. I love you guys so much. Bye.